Should you invest in NPS or mutual funds? Now, as we all know, the National Pension Scheme or the NPS has been in India for a very long time, and it has been a very core pillar in building people's retirement portfolios. Mutual funds also have played a very vital role in helping people save for their retirement as well as other financial goals. In this video, we will be looking at the key difference between these two products and how each product can help you uniquely in its own way. The first difference that we will be looking at is the goal that you would be investing towards. See, each investment should be tagged towards a goal. Let's say you want to buy a car, let's say you want to buy an asset, or you want to go on a vacation abroad. All of these are different financial goals, just like your retirement. Now, all of these financial goals need to be tied to one or many assets. For example, let's say for a goal of wedding, you want to tie it to an asset such as gold, or maybe a little bit of equity, as well as a little bit of debt. Now, if you are planning for a goal like retirement, this is far away. Equity can play a really important role in helping you accumulate the required corpus. Now that that is out of the way, let's see how mutual fund and NPS can play their part in this. Let me start off with mutual fund first. If you look at mutual funds, there are various number of options available in the mutual fund space. These invest in a varied amount of asset classes as well. There are close to 3,000 to 4,000 schemes available in the market, and these are split into things like equity, debt, gold. So whatever the goal that you need to invest towards, mutual funds have got you covered in that aspect. But if you look at NPS, this is where there is a key difference. NPS is a pure retirement asset. Now you can think of this something like the 401k contributions that the US pension plan has, which only allows you to contribute towards retirement, and withdrawal is also only at retirement barring certain few cases. NPS is also similar to the 401k contributions in the aspect that this helps you to save money towards your retirement. Now within the NPS, there are different asset classes. There is equity, there is corporate bonds, there is government bonds, and there is alternative investment funds. And there are two choices as well. You have the active choice as well as the auto choice. The auto choice is something where it is a life cycle based choice, and the asset classes are kind of automated and choose depending on the age that you invest in. We recommend choosing the active choice because taking active control of your asset allocation is very crucial, because your retirement will be much different from my retirement. So the amount of corpus that needs to be accumulated for it also is going to be different. So taking an active choice in your NPS asset allocation plays an extremely crucial role. Now, mutual funds can cater to any number of goals. Let it be retirement, let it be for any other short-term goals or medium-term goals that you might require. But this is where NPS is slightly different, because NPS is going to cater to one goal and only one goal only, which is retirement. Now, premature withdrawal is possible with an NPS, but what we recommend is as a retirement asset, NPS works best. Best to leave it at that. The second aspect that we'll be looking at is tax saving. Now, this is where NPS shines a lot. Now, let me get mutual funds out of the way. Mutual funds, especially equity linked savings scheme, which is the ELSS funds, have rupees 1.5 lakh per year as limit for tax saving. But now if you look at this, the one thing that a problem arises is because your EPF is part of this. The insurance premium that you pay for your life insurance, the LIC policies, things like your children's tuition fee, if you have a home loan, the principal payment, all of these things come under ATC as well. Now let's say that you are someone who are in the midst of your career. There's a good possibility that you have all of these things already there, so your ATC contributions is almost done. So ELSS funds aren't gonna make a choice, aren't gonna make a difference for you in the case of tax saving. But this is where NPS shines for you. NPS has a separate section called ATCCD 1B, where rupees 50,000 is allotted on top of the existing section ATC deduction of 1.5 lakhs. In addition to this, you have section ATCCD 2, where employers who contribute on behalf of their employees towards NPS, which is 10% of basic pay plus DNS allowance, or 14% in the case of government employees, which is central government employees, adds another portion of tax saving under NPS. Now, if you combine these two sections, the tax saving that can be done under NPS is a pretty big chunk. Now, the employer contribution is not available for every organization, but do check out if your organization does offer that in the case. Now, as a conclusion to the tax saving part, if you look at it, NPS is far more tax advantaged in the old scheme, and even in the new scheme, if you look at it, the employer contribution can still be claimed as a deduction. The 50,000 that ATCCD section 2B offers is not available under the new regime. The third thing where mutual funds and NPS differ most is withdrawal. or redemption. Let's say you have invested money in a mutual fund and you want to take it out. In most mutual funds, barring certain retirement funds and certain children funds and ELSS funds, of course, you can withdraw at any time post the exit load and things like that, where you will get the money and you will be paying tax on it. Now, mutual fund redemption is fairly simple, where the market value at the time of redemption is returned to you as an investor. So, whatever the goal that might be, mutual funds can accommodate them. Now, this is where NPS is uniquely positioned, where there is a reason why it is positioned like this. For a goal like retirement, letting people take out money as and when they want will only serve to hinder the purpose of the actual investment. So, NPS is set up in such a way where withdrawal is only possible at retirement in most cases. Of course, premature withdrawal is possible for certain cases, but this is also limited to only 25% of the total amount that is contributed. Now, coming to withdrawal, this is where NPS is uniquely positioned. Now, of course, premature withdrawal is possible in some cases of NPS, and that too, this is limited to 25% of the contribution made by the subscribers. But for most cases, withdrawal is at retirement or is it at 60 years of age. Now, NPS is positioned in such a way where money is locked in for a very long period of time so that it can compound towards your retirement. Now, breaking it and taking it to the middle would serve to hinder that very purpose. Now, let's say you have accumulated a corpus of 1 crore in NPS for your retirement, and let's say you have 60 years of age. Now, at retirement, you get the option of withdrawing maximum of 60% as lump sum, which is going to be tax free, so 60 lakhs. Now, this 40% or 40 lakhs will be used to compulsorily purchase an annuity, which will be providing you a monthly interest at retirement. Now, the NPS has introduced a very interesting scheme, which is the systematic lump sum withdrawal or the SLW option. So, what the scheme says is that instead of withdrawing the NPS corpus entirely at 60, you let the corpus compound. So, you give it more time so that the corpus can compound. So, the SLW is a very efficient option of SWP, where if you were to do a systematic withdrawal plan in a debt fund, you would incur taxes. Whereas, withdrawing from the 60% tax-free corpus of your NPS using an SLW, let's say for the first 5 or 6 years of your retirement or however long you want to, will entail no tax. This means that the rest of the corpus in the NPS can compound for a longer time, which means a higher annuity at, let's say, age 70 or age 75 when you kind of exhaust the corpus, exhaust the tax-free corpus in NPS. Now, this is where NPS can be much more effective than mutual funds, because at retirement, not only are you getting a big lump sum which is going to be tax-free, now instead of 1 crore, let's say this corpus is 2 crore, that means a higher chunk of money that you're going to get is going to be tax-free, and the amount of annuity that you're going to get is also going to be fixed. Now, what we can kind of infer from this discussion is that NPS and mutual fund work best as a combination, where let's say even if you do the minimum amount of tax saving, which is 50,000 per year in NPS for a very long period of time, this is enough to create a sufficiently large corpus that will be available for you at retirement, whereas mutual funds can help you for all your other short-term and medium-term goals, as well as a little bit towards your retirement. So, a combination of both of these can be looked at. But let's say you are a sophisticated investor who wants to have the control of his or her entire corpus at any time. Then mutual funds will work better for you in that case. Either way, NPS is a very good instrument, and combining this with mutual funds will only help you structure your portfolio in a better way towards your financial goals. Now, if you do have any other questions, please let us know in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.